several projects for placers. Some placers with gold, others with diamonds. This is a project for diamonds, and it is in the same area as our colleague from Petrobras show that we may have gas hydrates. The next one. This is just another area where we have a project also for placers, but this is for heavy metal and gold. Next one, please. Now, just let me show a little from what we are trying to do in the adjacent seabed area of the Brazilian continental shelf. The next one. Yes, we are planning projects for different areas. This is very close to the Brazilian margin. It's outside of the Brazilian continental shelf, so it's a good point for starting to do some research. Next one. So we are going to do a research for environment and also for cobalt-rich crust. It is one of the areas that Dr. Kotlinski showed it would be interesting in the South America to start some. So we start here. The next one, it's just the areas where we are planning to do sampling and multi-beam survey. The next one. And next. And we are also studying this area under the tectonic point of view, because this is a deformational zone. The next one, this is some seismic profiles which shows these grabens. It can be 800 meters deep in the central area. The next one, we did some preliminary studies. The next one, please. This deformation finish at the Eocene age. We did a reconstruction of the South Atlantic Ocean, and it shows this deformational zone, which broke apart all the South American plate with a rotation pole here. The next one. It's something similar what we can see in Ireland, these kinds of grabens. Next one. And we have associated to this deformational zone some earthquakes that have affected the continental area. So we want to study this area and find more information about this. Next one. This is the whole area, the different phase of work only for this area. The next one. In 2009, we used this new acquired ship. It was bought by the Ministry of Science and the Technology, and it is operated by the Brazilian Navy. So we use this ship. We are buying equipment for it, and we have this ship also from the Brazilian Navy, which will be equipped with a multi-beam system. The next one. We have also a project for this area, for the Middle Atlantic Ridge. Is the only piece of Middle Atlantic Ridge inside the Brazilian economic exclusive zone. So we will start this project in 2009 also, and after we'll see what we have outside of the continent. The economic exclusive zone. We will do this project in cooperation with IFREMER, with Mr. Yves Fouquet, who you know very well, and we will participate from this project the Geological Survey of Brazil and the Brazilian universities. And this project will look for mineral resource and also for the biodiversity of these areas. The next one, we work in 2009 with this new acquired ship. The next one. And just to mention some of the new projects, we started a project for coal in the Brazilian continental shelf. We know the coal, there is exploitation in these red spots, and we drilled the coal on the shoreline, and we found a very thick layer of coal with a very high quality. So now we try to see what is the extension of this coal under the continental shelf. We start also analyzing some seismic profiles from Petrobras and compare with the drilling we have here, the drilling on the continental area. It will be just the beginning of this work. Later, we will try to collect more information and drill on the continental shelf. Next. Well, another project we are proposing. I told you that we did this project for the Brazilian continental shelf and the adjacent continental area. We collected all the available information here, and it is available for everybody. Now we are proposing to extend this project to all the South and Equatorial Atlantic, and include, and now to take information from the African side, and if possible work with African countries, and even develop this project together. I think it would be a good start for a cooperation to take all the available information and make this information available in an easy way for all the countries to develop their own projects. So it could be a proposal for a cooperation. Next one. Yes, for other, could you come back, please? Pode voltar pouco. Yes. Other new projects would be the standardization of methodology of data and information. We have some standards, but we are working with new mineral resources, with new technologies, so we need to sit all the Brazilian scientific community and establish new standards. Also, we start economic, technical, and environmental feasibility studies for the areas which show some economic interest. Next one. Just to show you some of the oceanographic vessels from the Directorate of Hydrography and Navigation, which will be used in our projects. They are working part-time for our projects. So this is some of the ships. The next one. We are also working with the ships from the Brazilian universities, like this one, and the ships from the Brazilian Institute of Environment, the IBAMA. We did a project this 1 month ago using not this one, but another ship from the IBAMA. Next. Brazil has also a project to build a new oceanographic ship. Brazil did already this project. It is ready. It is a project for, in 4 years, I suppose Brazil will have this new oceanographic ship built in Brazil, built 100% in Brazil. Next one. Yes, just for 2009, we have planned 208 days at sea with all these oceanographic ships working in the different projects. We acquired also new equipment. We have a brand new multi-beam system for Sirius vessel from the Navy, and we bought several other equipments like sonar, side scan, multi-beam, bathymetry, echosonder, and so on. The next one. For 2009 and 2010, we acquire a remotely operated vehicle, winch and cable, GPS equipment, more echosonder and sonar side scan and vibracore, samplers, etc. The next one. Well, now I just would like to mention to you one report carried out by the Center of Strategic Affairs of the Presidency and for the Center of Management of Strategic Affairs. This report was about mineral resource, living and non-living resource, and about technology. So I just show you some of the results concerning the mineral resource. So after discussion with several specialists, this report shows that for Brazil, sand and gravels are a priority for coastal reconstruction, mainly, and civil construction. Fertilizers, like carbonates and phosphates, are also a high priority. The priority 2 comes to have minerals, coal. Priority 3 comes to gas hydrates, sulfur. And priority 4 comes to evaporites and gems. Next one. Concerning the international seabed areas, our priorities would be cobalt-rich crusts, then polymetallic sulfides, and then polymetallic nodules. The crusts, because we find crust very close to our, inside our continental shelf, and outside, but close to the Brazilian continental shelf. Next one. This report made also some recommendations for progressive activities to be taken from 2008 to 2020. This includes strengthening marine research networks. This program I mentioned to you, this program for the assessment of mineral resource of the continental shelf, is a big network. We need to strengthen this network and others. Create a national administration center for scientific vessel and equipments. This is necessary because we have projects in the north and the south, and we use the same equipment. Then we need to have a center to send equipment to make what is necessary, to see which ship will use it, and so on. They organize geological data and information, and the work I showed you in the Brazilian continental shelf is the first step for this. So we organize the available data and information. Identify geological and geomorphological seabed features. Identify new mineral resources. Carry out feasibility studies for marine planning and management. The next. Strengthen national research institutions, including capacity building, prospect and exploit sand, gravels, carbonate, and phosphorites from the continental shelf, recover eroded coastlines based on assessment of sand and gravel resources, update the legal framework, take take into account each marine mineral resources, prospect and explore mineral resources in the international seabed area, promote international and regional cooperation, and develop new and sustainable technologies. The next one. Of course, when the sea, all the research in the sea is very expensive, so we need international cooperation. We start to talk about cooperation with different countries. With France, I mentioned to you before, we'll do this cooperation for the hydrothermal vents and also carbonates. With the International Seabed Authority, I think this workshop is the beginning of a cooperation for the South and the Equatorial Atlantic Ocean. And we talked to the Geological Survey, the US Geological Survey for the phosphorites. And we talked with different other countries, but we have not yet started these cooperations. The next one. So some years ago, the question, all the research in sea, the mineral resource, the continental shelf was a question. It was discussed only from government research institution, and now the Brazilian press is showing a lot of works on this. We used to call the Brazilian continental shelf as our blue Amazon because it is as big as Amazon area. The next one. And just to finish this presentation, I'd like to paraphrase Shakespeare's Hamlet and say that there are more things in heaven, earth, and sea than are dreamed of in our science. Thank you very much.